Welcome to another episode of BrandSqueeze TV, the show that helps you make money at home. Today we're going to talk about the development of your logo. If you're going to have your own online web TV series, you need to have an identity which is memorable, something which people remember, and when they see it they know it's you. So if you're associated with providing good information, and if you're trustworthy, then when people see your brand, they're going to see trustworthiness. So this is really a very important part of setting up your web TV. Now, you can brief almost anything to Fiverr these days, which is sensational. The results that you get are not always sensational, however, but you need to be a little bit persistent and you need to know what it is that you want in your brand. So let's have a look at this. This is a mock-up of the BrandSqueeze TV logo before it was fully developed, and you can see that we're looking for imagery which is easy to recognize and identify. You want people to be able to see your brand name very clearly. So here we got BrandSqueeze, and not only do we have the word BrandSqueeze, but we've got this squeezing effect on the font, so that's reinforcing the squeeze. We've got the TV here, so that everyone's very clear that it's a web TV, and we've got our positioning, or what it is that we're going to offer to people, how we're going to provide maximum value to people, and that's make money at home. That's what BrandSqueeze TV is all about. And then over here we've got another visual which reinforces the logo. This is obviously a piece of citrus, an orange, and it blends in really nicely and it reinforces this idea of BrandSqueeze. And also it's a square orange, which is a little bit like a TV. So everything's working well together, and you'll notice that we've even used the orange effect here on the TV part of the logo. So you really have to think quite carefully about how you put your logo together. You can brief almost anything out to Fiverr these days, but sometimes the results you get back are not always as good as you might want. These images here, these pictures, you can actually search for online, and sometimes they only cost you a couple of dollars. Okay, here's the logo that the Fiverr contractor came back with. Quite clever. Let's have a look at whether we think we want to use a logo like this or not. We can see that we've got a black or dark gray background here in this logo. So you're going to think about how you're going to be able to use this. Many websites are actually white, and places where you want to use your logo are actually white. So how are you going to get this logo to blend into white backgrounds? You might say, well, look, actually I'm quite happy to have this square here around my logo all the time. But you also have to think about situations where you actually don't have a square. Maybe it's a rectangle where you have to place your logo. So that's the first consideration, and that's probably the first reason why I would maybe not go with this logo. What else is happening? We've got our brand here, BrandSqueeze. Now this is a very difficult font to read, and also it's quite small. Now if this image or this logo is made quite small, if it's used in a very small setting, you'll actually struggle to be able to read the brand, which is not good. You don't want to lose that. And lastly, make money at home is absolutely tiny. That's your positioning. So that logo is going to lose the tagline very quickly if the size is reduced. So we'd say, no, this isn't good enough. We don't want to use something like that for our brand. Well, thanks for joining us in another episode of BrandSqueeze TV, the show that helps you make money at home.